Welcome back to Tell Me More About It. We're both hosts here. I'm Vernon, and this is
Larry.
So, thank you for tuning in. If you guys are new, we're going to be talking about a variety of topics throughout our journey on this podcast.
Yep.
But today we have a good one for you. So, I'm not going to get into that yet. Leave a little suspicion, although it'll probably be on the title.
Yep.
But anyway, so usually what we like to do is we just like to say what's going on. We're going to try to get to the topic as quickly as possible. In the past, we took forever. So your guys' time is valuable. So let's get into it. Larry, what's been going on?
Same old, same old. If you guys don't know, I'm in school. I go to Wright State. I'm studying business, trying to get my MBA. But besides school, I'm in this tough statistics course right now, trying to handle that, which is whooping me right now. But besides that, I just got the new Xbox, the S Series. Happy about that. I'm going to be playing that. I just got Sonic, and I got Red Dead Redemption. Besides that, I dropped a mixtape like 2 weeks ago, guys. Go check it out if you get a chance. And, it's just living my best life, trying to make it.
Yeah. So for me,
what about you?
For me personally, this week I've been in a little bit of a rut. I just didn't feel like doing anything this week. I'm tired. Don't want to do anything, but that's when you got to push through. So today I woke up, got a good workout in, tired the whole entire time. My eyes burning and everything. But
What was today? Was it shoulders and back? What was it? Was it arms? What was it, legs?
I was going to do legs, but then I was like, legs sounds easier on Saturday, so I'm going to just do arms today. That's what I decided to do.
Okay.
Let us know your guys' routine. I usually do shoulders, chest Monday. Wednesday or Thursday, I'll usually do legs, and then Saturday I'll do arms. But, yeah, each person's different. But we're going to get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about depression. Now, this is something that I think most people struggle with. I think there's different levels to it. But we're going to have a good conversation because I want to shed some light on this because I feel like a lot of people, especially on social media, they kind of want to brush this under the rug and just say, hey, everything's great, and that's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to let Larry get into this a little bit. I have some information as well, but Larry, take it away.
Yeah, guys. So this was my idea to do this topic, and what?
Well, I'm listening. What you mean?
Okay. I thought Vernon was gonna say something.
No.
Okay, so yeah, because of late, guys, I've been I've been seeing the signs that I'm going back in a slump, in that little spiral. So I've been trying to fight my way and not get depressed. So that's what this topic is about today. If you guys can, please like and subscribe our video. You know, we're gonna keep posting every Friday. But to get right to it, yeah, man, depression is a really tough thing that a lot of people are battling. According to worldindata.org, 3.4% of the entire population is dealing with depression. That's 264 million people.
Dang.
Yep. And 2.7% are males and 4.7 are females. So I'm giving you stats, not just benefiting what I'm talking about, but giving you straight facts. Obviously, females there are more females depressed than males, but I'm still talking about it.
Well, that makes sense
Since
too.
there's more
'cause there's
females
more-
in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Then, since our podcast is, Vernon and I'm 24, Vernon's 24, and we try to help the Gen Z, well, basically anybody, but we realize that some people aren't going to listen because they're older. So we can help. So we try to help people younger and maybe older. But according to CDC, depression is highest among 18 to 29 years of age at 21%. That was also true on Medscape.com. So what you can do to help you not have depression creep in is learn your warning signs. The earlier you notice signs, the faster you can take proactive steps to help you. This was an article I found called clevelandclinic.org. It's an article made in 2018, but I think the steps that it gave on how to help depression from creeping back in was helpful. So the first one was learn your warning signs. Second was reach out to your support system, whether that be your family members, your friends, your coworkers, your mentors, whoever that is. Reach out to them because Most people, when they begin to get depressed, they isolate themselves, and it's almost guaranteed to make you feel worse. So fight the urge to withdraw and talk to them. I've been there for some. I've been there, guys. Trust me. I don't want to get too deep in my personal experiences, but I'm gonna just keep going. The third step is practice good sleep habits. Depression often disrupts your sleep patterns, causing you to sleep too much or too little. So try to maintain a good sleep schedule. You'll feel better. Next step, feed yourself wisely. You know, changing your depression can change your appetite. You may not want to eat one day. You may not want to eat this day, that day because you don't feel like it, and that's going to affect your sleep schedule. Poor nutrition will only make you feel worse. If you're not cooking, invest in easy to prepare soups, sandwiches, frozen meals, stuff that makes it easier for you so you don't have to, because you know who wants to cook for an hour? It takes a while to cook. So do easy stuff. Go get some lunch meat at the store. Um, I almost said go get some chips, which I love Ruffles, but don't do that.
This man and Ruffles, I tell you.
So make it easy on yourselves. Get some yogurt. Get bananas, other fruits and vegetables, and make yourself a salad. Make it easy on you. This is one thing that I have to work on. The next one, I don't drink like crazy, but I do drink every now and then. Is limit your alcohol intake when you're trying to get away from depression, because alcohol is a depressant, which will worsen your mood and wreak havoc on your sleep. So if you drink in excess, it only creates all other kinds of problems, which we don't want, right? Right. The next step is what Vernon has been motivating me to do is exercise. Research shows exercise is a powerful tool, not only for boosting mood, but improving energy levels and sleep. Like, come on, guys. We all know when you work early in the morning, you do feel better. You feel like you got something done for today, and the day just goes by better most of the times.
Yeah, every now and then it stinks.
Yeah, there's been them days when it's a rough day at the gym, and then it's a rough day for them.
Yeah, but that's very few, far and in between. It's not usual.
Right. And lastly, if none of those steps is working, guys, please contact depression hotline. I didn't write one down. I should have, but I'll leave one in the description of one on how to deal with your depression. So, that's what I have.
Yeah, those are some very good points. And Larry, he was given a lot of good stats and information. And what I kind of want to do, I have some as well. But then after that, I'm going to get into like questions just in terms of like someone with depression, what is it that they can do, like step by step? Because I know a lot of the time, a lot of people, when they're talking about things, they'll give like a summary, like, yeah, just do this and then do that. But they don't really go like, okay, I'm here. What exactly do I need to do? So a lot of people, they're just looking for that direction. So we'll get into that. But some interesting stats I found from the National Alliance of Mental Illness is 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness. That's insane.
That's 20%.
1 in 5. There, just in the United States alone, there's around like 375 million or something like that people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. A lot of people struggling. A lot of people struggling. Everything you see on social media is not real. I'm going to keep saying that because life is hard for everyone. Some people think it's easier for others. Everyone goes through stuff.
Everyone has their own issues.
Yeah. And then I saw that 1 in 20 U.S. adults experience serious mental illness.
That's 5%.
So serious meaning that could mean they try to take their own life. It can mean a variety of different things. I actually have family that they've suffered from that.
Harming themselves, harming others.
Yeah. This is a very real thing. And I feel like a lot of people, especially people that they don't feel as though they have it or they don't have it, they think like, oh, that like this isn't a real thing. It's very real. And to the person going through it, for them to hear someone say, well, this isn't really that real. Imagine how that makes them feel. Because it's real for them. This is their life. So what they're going through is what they're going through. Whether you understand or don't understand, you need to be there to support. So that's something that I wanted to highlight as well. And 17% of youth between 6 and 17 experience mental health disorder.
Wow.
17%.
Yeah. And think of that. Think of that time period, 6 to 17. That is a huge time period on development. And there's so many things that you're uncertain about in the world up until that point. I know for me personally, like I didn't know, I knew nothing. I didn't know anything I wanted to do. I was lost. I was just like every other kid.
Mm-hmm.
So you put depression on that. Who knows? Who knows what I would have done?
Especially at that age.
Yeah, because you're young. You see all these crazy things on TV, and it's just, no. So these are things that I wanted to state to make a point that this is real. It's an issue that we need to help solve. We kind of just, I feel like a lot of people, they bring awareness to it, but then it's kind of like that we go back into our own mode of doing whatever it is that we're doing. And what I'm even going to do more of, and what I think I need to do, is just start reaching out to people, even if they don't have depression, just saying, hey, are you good? Like, everything good? Because a lot of the times, correct me if I'm wrong, people with depression, they feel like no one cares. Like no one understands, no one cares. Is that accurate or no?
Yeah.
Because I know personal family that I've talked to, I know that they've said that to me. So I know every single case is different, but I'm just basing this off of experiences that I've had with family and having depression. And I mean, it stinks sometimes. I've gotten a call where like a family member of mine, a cousin, like tried to take his own life. And that's like one of those situations where you're like, dang, like he seemed fine. Like I had no idea. And that's just hard because in the moment, what they're going through, they feel like no one cares and all these different things. But in reality, it's like a ripple effect of how it affects the family and everything. And he's never going to be the same. I mean, thank goodness he survived, but he's never going to be the same. It was like a head injury. So parts of his brain are kind of messed up, and there's no real fixing that. So I say that to say, like Larry said, please call a hotline, get help, because there are people that care about you. I care about you. And I know that's probably like, you don't even know me. But seriously, like I have a business where I want to help people. I care about people. And I've had a multitude of people that have come to my life, some randomly, that all they needed was to talk. And then they were like, all right, thanks. Like, seriously. Like, I walked in Walmart and then someone just stopped me and just started talking to me.
Wow.
But maybe for them, that's what they needed to. Yeah. So you never know how God is going to use you. So.
True.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it moving, but just keep all that in mind next time someone's rude to you, or it seems like someone's like ignoring you or this and that, because you don't know what they're going through. They could be suffering from depression or just different life circumstances that they're going through. So be mindful of that. And I'm not just saying that to say that I'm not perfect. There's sometimes someone cuts me off on the road. I'm like, what is your problem?
Right.
Like but we don't know. We don't know what people are going through. So next I wanted to get into some questions just about like, what are things that people that are experiencing depression that they feel like they just can't get out, what can they do? So the first one I have is, how do you deal with depression? Like as soon as you feel it coming on, like what are you going to do?
Initially, like, I would say get up and go do something to distract your mind from that feeling of whether it be worries me or I'm worried about the unknown or whatever the reason, the cause of depression is. I'm not in shape, or I'm a failure in my life. I'm not where I want. Whatever that reason is, get up, go do something to distract your mind. That's my advice, because there's been times when I'll lay in bed feeling depressed, and I force myself to get up, because honestly, nobody's gonna get you up except you. You may have a couple friends who help you, but they still can't be there every step of the way. You have to be, like Kendrick Lamar said, look in the mirror. There goes your superhero. You have to be your own superhero. So that would be my answer.
Yeah. So I hope this is really seriously helping someone that's going through this right now. I hope you're able to see this and to know that this is something I think we're going to have multiple episodes on this just to go deeper and deeper. We'll have some people on just to continue to talk about this
Right,
this is
because you can even have depression and not even know you have depression because a lot of people are unknown about it because they're not teaching it in schools. Like I didn't know what depression was until I went to the hospital with a doctor. Like when I was in college, I had no idea what that was. I thought that was just for the people that were weak. No, that stuff is actually real, y'all. It's real. So if you're not, if you don't feel like yourself, Google is the best resort, or go to a doctor and talk to somebody, even your support system.
yeah. I mean, I feel like Google is. I feel like you can find anything on Google, though.
What you mean?
I mean,
Yeah, sometimes Google might scare you and be like, "You have this," and you don't even have it. So maybe that's not the best resource.
yeah. I mean, Google. I feel like they need to talk to like a doctor, someone that like that's their profession. They deal with that.
Right.
I don't know. Google, you can be like, I feel like a knot or something in my back. Do I have cancer? And they'll be like, yes. If you feel it right here, then you. And that's not necessarily true, Like,
That's true. That's true.
so I don't know.
Google be scaring people.
Yeah, Google I think is great, but always get that fact checked by an expert first before
Right.
just assuming.
Right. Right.
But so the next question I had is like, does it come randomly? So I know for me, sometimes I'll have those days where I'm just like, man, I don't want to do anything. Like I just, and then I'm out of it. But then the next day I'm good. And correct me if I'm wrong. Some like in depression, if you really have it, sometimes that could, like the next day you're not good. It continues and it keeps going. So.
Right.
Like, does that just happen randomly, or is it something that like you see it like, oh no, you're not about to creep up on me, or how does that work?
It can be. Vernon's asking me, guys, because I've dealt with it, and he knows people that have dealt with it. So, and he's just doing it to get the conversation going. I just want to clarify why you're asking the questions.
Yeah.
But it can be seasonal or random. I know people that have it just randomly, and then I know some people, it comes certain seasons, when the sun's not out because it's real pretty in the summer, and then it gets gloomy in the fall and the winter. So it just depends.
Okay. I don't have too many more questions, but and then I'm gonna chip in on some because actually, yeah, I can do that now. So I wanna tell a story, and I'm not gonna say names or anything, but I want to tell this just for the people that maybe on the outside looking in, they like the things that we're talking about, they may not resonate with them as much, but there could be someone that needs you to resonate and understand somewhat because they need you right now. So I have a cousin that we've been close for as long as I can remember, long time since I was born. Like he's older than me, so we've been close. And about 2-3 years ago, he went through some things and kind of went off the rail a little bit, and he ended up in what's the correct terminology for it? Where it's like
let's just for politeness, let's say hospital.
Okay, yeah. So the hospital, and I went to go visit him, and it was surreal because it looks just like my cousin. But the things that he was saying, like I could tell he really felt as though that was real to him and that was true. But I knew for a fact that it wasn't. So it was just one of those situations to where I could have been like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. But that wouldn't have, who would that have benefited? Now I'm just making him feel more isolated, like no one gets him. So I was just kind of like, yeah, man, I get it. I know what you're going through. And I didn't say I know what you're going through. I said, like, yeah, like I'm here, like you're going to get through this. Everything's going to be okay. So just me doing that, he still communicates with it. Like he's cut a lot of people off. Like it's something he's still going through, but he's cut a lot of people off. But I'm someone that he still communicates with because like I'm not one of those people that I'm not trying to force you to change or fix you. I'm just going to be there for you regardless. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's what you need to do because I feel like it's someone where they're like, okay, you have this. Well, I'm going to try to fix you. Or you have that person who's just like, yeah, I really don't want any part of that.
Right.
But there's a third option where you can just be there for that person. Good times and bad. Understand they're going through something. They may say things to you sometimes that you're just like, well, hold on. Just know that they're going through something. So that's not them. It's whatever they're going through, depression or whatever it is.
Right.
So be mindful of that.
Whatever mental illness they might have, or we can even go have have a podcast about that, about certain types of them, because with this depression, guys, it isn't like people like it isn't like you do have it, every now and then, but usually it's like a spiral down, like the doctor describes it as, like you have like manic, and then you have what is the, like, I think it's a low, but when you're up, you can do all this stuff. You're energetic. You can knock out a whole bunch of assignments. You got this and that. But when you start spiraling down, it's really bad time. A really bad experience. You don't ever do anything. You're in bed all day. It's like solar opposites. But yeah.
Yeah. So then, for sake of time, what time are we at right now?
22 minutes.
Yeah. For sake of time, I want to hit this as well. Now, this may be one where we can have a whole nother episode about it, but just for now, I want to give you a little something. So let's talk college and mental health and how that can affect, because, man, that affects everyone. That affected me. That affects everyone. And college, some people may disagree with me. I feel like college, they do their best to try to weed people out. They make it very difficult to try to weed people out.
I agree with that, and then I don't. I agree that they do that. Some do that, and then some people don't. Some teachers don't. They just want to make it hard. But I do.
You think some teachers just want to make it hard to make it hard?
Well, like, this is how it is. Like, they don't care. You either do it or you don't. But we can definitely touch on that, because not one person I know isn't the same person they were before they went to college.
Yeah.
You got so much on your plate trying to do it, and the 4 years you're supposed to do it, that's the goal. But there's no set of time on when you finish college. When you finish college, you finish college.
Yeah. And a big thing that I had to learn, I have an associate's, and what I learned, it took me 4 years to get that too. So for all you that you have people telling you, well, if you don't get this in this amount of time, or you don't do this in this amount of time, then it's no good, or you're a failure. Like, you see friends doing it and all that. Like, it's college. All that high school stuff is behind you. You're not going to finish at the same time as them. As soon as you're done with high school, all of you are going in different directions. There is no more, we're all doing this together.
Right. Everyone has
you're
their
this
own
life.
path.
Yeah. So I had to learn that, hey, me trying to take even 15 credit hours, that was too much for me. So me trying to take 15 credit hours and trying to stay in a dorm, figure out how to, like, I got to remember to eat, I got to remember to do this and that, all these things that I didn't have to worry about, now I got to worry about. And then I got these hard calculus classes, business analytics. I'm like, man, what am I doing? So
yeah, them business courses.
That was a really rough time for me. And what I had to realize is, hold on, let me just do this at my own pace before, like, this gets bad. And then I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. So I started taking less classes, and that helped me. I have very few family that went to college and finished in 4 years. I know some people can do that, but that's just that's hard to do. Like, a lot of people don't do that. We could even probably find a statistic on that. Like, I feel like the majority don't.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get that for you guys and leave a link. But for those of you in college, or if it's something different, maybe it's a trade, whatever it may be, go at your pace.
Right.
Don't allow it to get overwhelming for you.
You're right. Go at your pace. I finished college. I think it took me 5.5, 6 years. So, there's no set time on when it's supposed to be done. No set time.
Yeah. I think what made it harder too is I didn't enjoy the stuff. Like,
exactly. That's why you have to really, like, guys, college is meant for you to find what you want to do with the rest of your life. Like, people told me, I'm not gonna say names, college is about having fun. So when I went there having fun, I had fun. But when it was time to get serious into my junior and senior year, I was like, this is not what I want to do because I thought I was just about to have fun and I'm letting time blow by and now boom, okay, we're now getting into courses that really matter because you said you want to do this, but I didn't want to do it. So college is meant for you to find what you want to do. Maybe find you a soulmate, this and that, but that's just my personal beliefs. That's a whole nother topic of what college is for. But college is definitely stressful, and I know a lot of people who who dealt with stuff in college because life's still going on. Your father could die here, you know. You get sick and then you get behind schedule and you have to make up plenty of work because the teacher doesn't care. So
yeah. Yeah, like with digital marketing, when I started doing that, I started really getting into it, taking courses and different things like that. Like I loved it. And it wasn't as bad. It was a lot easier to do. I could spend 10 hours a day doing it nonstop. So that's the other thing. Find something you want to do, especially if you're going to go that route. The worst thing you can do, and I know this isn't emphasized enough, when you go to college, if you're paying them thousands of dollars, remember, that's not going anywhere. You still got to pay that back. Like, seriously. You're paying thousands upon thousands of dollars. You need to know what you're going there to do before you go because it's just too much money to be wasting it. Just trying to figure it out. And now you got $100,000 worth of debt, but you don't really understand what that is because you're just fresh out of high school. But
right.
That $100,000 is real. It's really real. That's a lot of money to owe back and try to live. So, yeah, I think this was a good podcast. Let us know if you guys want another episode of this because
we can definitely break with this topic into several subtopics.
Yeah,
for our different podcasts.
We're still working on getting someone on here that can.
We got someone interested, but we don't know if we want him to be on there yet.
Yeah, well, not just him. We want to really start bringing people on here just to give a different perspective. And Larry and I started this to create a positive community where we discuss real things that are going on, and we're millennials / Gen Z, whatever you want to call us. So we relate to a lot of the things you guys are going through, and we're next up. This world, it's going to be in our hands, and I want to make it as positive as possible and to help as many people as I can. So, and Larry wants to do the same, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to do that. Let us know what you guys want to hear, but that's all I got for this one.
Please like and subscribe to our channel because we post content. We try to every Friday.
Yep.
We got you guys.
Also, I want to shout you guys out. Thank you for the people overseas that are downloading our content. That is still amazing to me.
Yeah.
I think we had like Germany or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Cool.
So thanks to you guys for motivating us to continue to do this because it can be tough when we only get like 14 views. But if we reach those 14 people, that's what we want.
Yeah, one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in the next one. My name's Vernon.
I'm Larry. Peace.
Bye.
You can be anybody you wanna be.